Hey everyone, it's Elle Hayes. Welcome back to my channel. Trying to be super consistent, getting all these videos filmed in the next few days so that I have a nice stockpile of stuff and there's no lull in material again. So this video is going to be one that I want to be a consistent segment on this channel. I want this to be a consistent segment on this channel. It's going to be In Geek This Week. I'm purposefully not naming it This Week in Geek because that's a segment someone has, and in addition to that, this will not be weekly. This is not my full-time job at the moment, so there's no way I can put out enough videos to make sense to have this be a weekly segment. But I will do a heads up in what's coming out this week or is about to come out or just came out within the last week. I will also give you a quick summary review or my thoughts on something that I recently finished, played, read, things of that nature. I know that's gonna end up being something on a shirt, I say it so often. But that's gonna be the gist of this segment. I hope you like it. It'll be way shorter than the others. I figured that would be a nice thing for some of you to have a shorter video to view. Most of mine tend to be 10 minutes plus. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Will this help or hurt? Or do nothing? Hey guys, so for In Geek This Week, I'm going to quickly talk about two things that I recently watched or played, and then I'm going to discuss some upcoming stuff or give you a heads up on some things coming up that are new that you might want to check out. For starters, I know I'm late to this because Stranger Things 3 has been out for a while, but I did recently finish it, and I want to give you kind of the gist of how I felt about it. And then let me know in the comments below how you felt, if you've finished it or if there's a reason you haven't gotten to it yet, all that fun stuff.
Makes sense. I closed the gate.
What if he never left? What if we locked him out here with us?
I personally loved the first two seasons. I thought they were very well done. I was highly anticipating the third one. I was excited. I felt like the storyline was great, the acting was great, the characters felt genuine. I was really drawn in. And the third one for me personally did not live up to the hype of the last two. I think my biggest frustration personally was they made the Demogorgon seem less scary by making it less mysterious. And I understand at some point there had to be a coming to head with the antagonist. However, I felt he was grander in size and just more intense, scarier, really was everything a childhood nightmare would be. And they made him much smaller, and I think since they made it smaller, it was almost easier for us to wrap our brains around. And when you're able to comprehend and understand something scary, it almost makes it less scary. Does that make sense? I might not be making sense. But that's just how I felt about it. In addition, I also felt like they harped on the whole Russian issue too much. I get that that was supposed to be, that's the time frame when this was all going on, the Cold War, it's a big deal. I get historically the reasoning. I personally just felt as if it was a random outside thing for us to focus on. Because of that, I didn't really like it. I just wanted more from the characters than I wanted from these random other stories they were giving us. You can tell me I'm wrong. Tell me your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. The second thing, not necessarily within this week because it's a game that I was playing. However, I've been putting a lot of hours into this game, so I thought I'd let you know how I feel about it. What Remains of Edith Finch?
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Is a really cool game that has been out for a decent amount of time. Yet again, the things that I'm going to be reviewing for you, I'm not necessarily going to include things that just came out. I'm never going to be able to be on top of the trends like that with this not being my full-time job. What Remains of Edith Finch is a really cool game that has a lot to do with memories, and The game is just done very well because you get immersed in specific individual stories throughout the game. You are playing one person, but she's being drawn into different memories of her family members or just different timelines from her family members. And you're getting to unravel the whole story and kind of the curse on this family. It's a very different kind of game. I've never played a game like this. I will say one thing. There's a part where you are on a swing, and there's a part where you're running as a cat on trees. I don't know why, but both those parts made me nauseous, and I'm not someone who's prone to being nauseous. I don't get sick on boats, no problems like that. There are just some mechanics within the game that can be a bit nauseating, so just keep that in mind to maybe not do a binger of this game. I personally couldn't because of that, but that didn't take away from my love of the game. There's something interesting about it where it feels as if it's going to become a horror game, and it's very suspenseful at moments, but it's not supposed to be jump scary, etc. But there are moments where you're put on edge a little bit, and I appreciated that. It was a really cool and different game. I recommend you check it out. So, for the things you've probably been waiting for, what's coming up or what just released? Today, right now, is the 30th of August. That means The Dark Crystal is starting to stream on Netflix.
Throb. At its center, the crystal of truth, the source of all life.
Its full title is The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance, is now streaming on Netflix. I'm super duper excited to watch it, so I'm not spoiling anything. I haven't seen it yet. I wanted to let you know it released and that you should check it out and binge it with me so we can all talk about it in the next episode. Also, just released this past Wednesday, I think? Whenever the 27th was. The game Decay of Logos. This is a really cool game. It has a similar feel to Breath of the Wild. And that's obviously what's drawing me in. I mean, who didn't love Breath of the Wild? If you didn't, I think you're crazy. This has a similar feel, but it's not too much like it where you feel as if it's a copycat game. At least that's based on me viewing other people's gameplays before the release and trailers. But it does have that mystical quality, and the graphics looked really good. Not quite as nice as Breath of the Wild, but I also don't want it to be a replica, so it's really interesting and I'm excited to try it out, so I think you should look into it too. Oh yeah, I did notice that you're riding an elk in it, which is pretty fucking cool. You're not doing that in Breath of the Wild. I was going to recommend checking out the series Carnival Row, but I did have a friend who already binged it even though it just got released, and they don't recommend it. But I might look at it anyway, and maybe we can decide as a group if we're okay with it. It has Orlando Bloom in it. It has Cara Delevingne. I hope I'm not pronouncing her name wrong. But I love both those actors, so I was very hopeful that this would be a very solid series, and the trailers themselves were really compelling. I thought it would have been really well written, but my friend that is a writer did not love it, so I'm a little scared. So it's supposed to be about a detective, which is who Orlando Bloom is, rekindling his, I guess, love affair with, I think Kara's supposed to be a fairy, but there are a bunch of murders happening and there's a monster that's revealed, which I'm assuming is the murderer. I don't know if it's actually a monster. Image or clip here, but gives you an idea of the weird creepiness, and I like shows like that. I mean, I really enjoy American Horror Story, which has a bunch of creepy seasons. I mean, it's creepy in general, but you know, specifically. I was hoping this would live up to that. Doesn't look like it's going to, but let me know if you saw it and you liked it. Maybe that'll change my mind and I'll go for it, despite what my friend said. Oh, in addition, not related to those, but this weekend only, hopefully I can get this video up before Monday's over. Hero Forge is having a Labor Day sale, and I did just buy a mini. I was super convinced by my friends. There's a $5 off for the Labor Day special right now. I think it's Labor Day 19 is the code. So you can go get yourself a good old mini for your D&D stuff or whatever other tabletop games you're playing that you want a mini for. And with that, we're gonna conclude In Geek This week. Hope you enjoyed this segment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. If you like this video, there are other fun videos I have that are also nerdy or music-y, but there's usually some nerdiness thrown in, so I think you'll like it. Click on that.